Hello friends, welcome to CADCAM station. Today in this video tutorial I'm going to show you that how you can create a simple PC desktop table. As you can see on your screen, this tutorial I made for beginners. So beginners, make sure you watch this video till the end because this video is going to be very informative. If you like this video tutorial and want more videos like this, so make sure you subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon, share it with your friend, hit the like button and write a comment below down into the comment section just to let me know that what other things you want to see in the upcoming videos. That's it my friends, so without wasting any time, let's get started.
So this is the side support. As you can see here, let me just open this part for you and let me show you that what are the things or steps I used to create the component. So this is the design and all the dimensions are on your screen. You can pause the video and copy those dimensions into your software. So all the dimensions are given here are in millimeter. So make sure you set your dimensions to millimeters to start with this tutorial. As you can see here, all the dimensions and its extrusion values are 15 millimeter thick. All the components are 15 millimeter thick. Okay, so this is the side support and I used two of them. Now it's time for the top table. I just used the simple sketch and extruded in it. Let me show you. This is the length and breadth of the tabletop, and this is the fillet. As you can see, I used the fillet here. You can see also there is also the fillet size and extruding it to 15 millimeter as well. Okay, so controlling and tab hiding the component. Now for the keyboard station, this is also a very simple component. As you can see here, this is the length and width, and thickness is always 15 millimeters, so no need to show you that what are those. Okay, so let me just hide this first. This is the support for the cover. Okay, so its dimensions are something like this. Okay, just copy them and just paste it on your project as well. You can scale or change the dimension at your will. Okay, as you can see here, this is another size. Just make sure all the wooden components or all these components are 15 millimeter thick. These are the dimensions. Simple sketch, nothing, just simple. There is nothing complicated. There is always simplicity in this. That is why I'm telling you that this tutorial is for beginners. So these are the as you can see here, everything is rectangular, and let me just tell you that all these dimensions are taken from the real object. Okay, so I just took the dimensions from the real table and paste it inside the Solidworks. That is the bottom supports. Okay, this is the trickiest part, not that trickier part, just some more commands, 4 to 5 commands I used to create this component. Like this is the rectangular piece, as you can see here, 60 by 35 millimeter, and I'm going to extrude this, as you can see here. Okay, now I'm gonna close it. Now after that I use the extrude cut feature like this, and its dimensions are 50 by 15 millimeter, and I extrude cut this feature, as you can see, 6 millimeters. Nothing special, just a simple component, but I used numbers of command to create this. Now it's time for creating a chamfer. So as you can see, I use the chamfer isometric. Okay, I choose symmetric and asymmetrics and 7 by 6. Okay, just like this. And after that I just extrude cut the holes for the screws. Okay, these are the dimensions I use to extrude cut the holes from the bottom. And the last step is the chamfer. I used it for the counter, to make counters around for the screws, like this. As you can see, these are just the counters. 2 millimeter 45-degree angle chamfer. You can be more specific by selecting the standard counter sizes as well. So I use 4 of these pieces. Let me just reappear all these components on the screen. So now is the time to show you how to assemble all these components one by one. So let's just move on to that part. So select the assembly. You already know that how to get into the assembly, and as you can see, select component feature. So this is the components, as you can see over here. These are the components. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select all the components and place one by one on the screen, so that it will be more easier to assemble all the pieces together. So I don't have to go back to the open file location to select each and every component one by one from its directory, but instead I take all the components at once at the same place. So let's get started from the top plane. So the top surface. Okay, so when I select the component, you can see on the left side the name appears. Okay, the name, when I click on this component, it will highlight the name of that component on the left side in the assembly tree feature, as you can see here. So this is how I can recognize which part goes at particular place. So as you can see, I am dragging few more components. So the first thing is tabletop, which I named it. You can name whatever the name you want. Okay, so I just make it float, and I want it to at a particular direction, like this. So the one thing that I just wanted to know that the shadows, okay, so that the shadow is in the downwards direction, so it will make more easier for to get the great perspective of that component. Now I'm gonna mate this with the original planes. Okay, the original planes in the assembly, as you can see here, front, top, right. So mate those planes with the component so that it makes a flat surface parallel to the shadow. You can place whatever the position you want, but I prefer to be like this. So far so good. As you can see, I can drag it on left to right. So I'm gonna just made like this so that I'm not be able to move this component anymore. Okay, now is the time for the side stands. So as you already know that we need two of them, so first of all I need to rotate it and place it accordingly. Once you are satisfied with the position, now select the mate and mate it with the top tabletop like this. And now I'm gonna make it parallel with this surface. Great. Now I just need to move it inside a little bit because I need a distance mate. I'm gonna give it a distance mate from this surface to this surface. As you can see here is the distance mate, and enter the distance 10 millimeter, something like this. Now it is on the perfect place. Now from the back side again I'm gonna select the distance mate and enters the value 35 millimeter. So far so good. So now is the time to place another. So hold down the control and drag to make a copy of that component quickly. So this is how I can get the copy of the same component multiple times. Now again select the or follow the same procedure which you use before, the same feature but on the other side. So I'm gonna mate this with this and distance mate, give it equals to 10 millimeter. Now it is now looks like something. Okay, it's started look like a table actually. Okay, so this is the distance. As you can see, I have just measured the distance between them, so now I can in the final product or in the final assembly I have made some changes. So I calculate the distance between them, and then after I just make a little bit tweaks like this. Let me tell you what I'm trying to say. This is the border, the bottom. Okay, so this is the just the ground border. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the mate from this, and what else I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mate this and give it a distance mate of 110 millimeters. So far so good. And from the bottom side, when I select this and this and making it coincident mate, now as you can see, previously I've got a little gap between these two stands. So in order to fill this gap, I am measuring the distance, or I'm going to measure the gap between these two components or objects, which turns out to be a 3 millimeters apart. So select the component and open it and add or change the dimension, which is equals to 3 millimeter. Now you know why I choose 713 millimeter distance. When you came back to your assembly, you can see that everything is perfect. This is how you can change or alter your component's dimension whenever you are inside the assembly or you are assembling something. Okay, so now is the time to place another component on top of this border which I have placed here. Again, I'm gonna change the distance equals to 713 millimeters because the gap between these two stands is 713 and I want to make it completely equal to that gap. So select this surface and make a coincident mate. Select this surface and mate it with the inner surface like this. And also I need to make a coincident mate from the back side like this. Everything is perfect so far, so good. Like this, a little notch you can see here is required just for aesthetics, I guess, because the real component has that too. Now it looks like a table more. This is the another component, or it is a subsection where you can place a printer or scanner or whatever you want. This is going to be that part. So rotate it something like this, make a mate, coincident mate with that part and make it parallel. This surface is going to be parallel with the bottom one. Okay, that's good. Now this is the support for this component or the shelf support. This is going to be shelf support, yes, to be exact. Just going to mate this one with the bottom surface and mating this one with the top shelf and make it coincident with this. Make it equal or collinear with that surface like this. So this is how it is going to be work, and I'm gonna make it coincident from the back side as well. This is it. Now it looks like a computer table. This is not all we need. We have few more steps to go to complete this assembly. This is the bottom stand support or just the, you can attach wheels as well with this. Okay, now you need to coincident. As you can see, it is a small component or small piece. It is very difficult to zoom in and zoom out or time consuming, so there is a very easy way to do this. And what is that is, when you click on it, you can select component preview window. It will make more easier for you to do mates with the small component like this. You can operate individually in those windows, and as well as you can mate components like this and this. It will make component or mating very easier with a small component. As you can see, I can rotate another window, select it and mate it with the another one. Once you are satisfied with this like this, as you can see, you can also mate from wherever you are. Once you are happy, you can exit the window. Now as you can see, we have this one. There is another way of mating the same component on the other side, which is called copy with mates feature. And I hope you already guys know that. If you are not, if you are a beginner, then this will be more easier for you, or important for you, or informative for you. Just click next and you will see these coincident. So it will highlight you to help you which mate goes where, something like this. You can always change or modify the mates you have made, just in case if you made some mistake, something like this. Once you are done with this, and if you see that this is going wrong, then you can alter the mate settings. As you can see here, select the mate, and you can delete the mate you want to change, like this. Now we can make it movable again. Now is the time to okay, so I'm gonna change or its orientation, something like this. Well, now I'm gonna meet this surface with the inner one. Now it is perfect. Do the same process on the other side to get the same. Now here is the copy with mates feature. Again, select the bottom, select the back side, and select the outer surface. Then you will see the mate is perfect. Once you are done, now you have to place another component right here. So make a copy with mate feature by selecting it. Select the bottom surface, select the back surface and the outer surface, like this. Now you are good to go with the assembly. Okay, so I'm gonna insert a few components which I have already made before, but I need to save this assembly first. Like this, you can save it as well, because it is important to save the assembly. I have forgot to save that. Now insert a keyboard fixed plate. Okay, this is going to be the fixed plate to hold the keyboard tray. Now mate it with this one, and I'm gonna mate this with the inner surface and going to give it a distance mate, something 130. I guess this is going to be good. Okay, and I'm gonna give it a mate 22. So far so good. This is going to be fixed. Okay, let me just see the distance between that. Okay, 130. So the height of the movable door or entrance is going to be that. So 120, I'm just changing it to 120 to be exact. So this is the door, this is going to be the door for that keyboard tray. Without opening, you cannot pull out the keyboard tray. Okay, so this is going to be in front of it. Okay, for doing this, I am going to use another mate, which is going to be width mate.
So for doing this, select the surface of the same component or the opposite surface of the same component, then the two surfaces of the other component, like this, to get it exactly in the center. As you can see, now it is in the center. So far so good. Now I'm going to give it a hinged movement like a door. So select the edge and the other edge. So this is the this will act as a hinged uh, or it will take it as a center point or the axis and revolves around it. Okay, so in the later on tutorial I will definitely going to show you that how to create hinges and the slider. As you can see, this is the keyboard tray, and again I'm going to use the width mate to get it right at the center. So first of all I'm going to make it coincident and first of all make it parallel and make it distance which is going to be around 50, I guess, or 60. This looks good. So far so good. Now select the width mate and use the same procedure we followed before and to make it right in the center. So this is the keyboard tray. You can make it in and out, sliding motion, as you can see. Now we are done with the assembly, as you can see from the back side as well. So on the later on tutorial, as I am telling you that I will tell you how to create the hinged or metallic hinges for this particular computer table, as well as slider for the keyboard tray or the rail, which you can say it is. Now is the time to give the material to the component. In the appearance section, there are numbers of material available. As you can see, in the organic, there is a wood. Now there is ash. Numbers of material available. You can apply the material of your choice. Let me just explore some materials if I can make it more appealing. After that, this looks good, I guess. Once you're satisfied, then you can click OK. So it looks cool. Now you can copy the appearance of that and paste it onto the other component as well. You can experiment with the appearance or whatever you want, the way you want to look it, or you want to make it appealing. You can change different material as well, but for this tutorial and for the sake of simplicity, I'm using the same material for the rest of this computer desk. So as I already told you that all these dimensions are taken from the real object, so you can actually build, if you want to build the DIY, if you want to DIY your project, you can use this use it as a template and make your own computer table if you want to. Otherwise you can just make it on your computer as alone. Okay, so for the footrests, I'm going to change or apply the material something different, I guess a plastic kind of material, because this particular object is going to be made with the ejection molding system. So just apply whatever the material you want. So I guess, what material should I apply? Okay, so let me just find it. So this is it, my friends. This is how you can create a computer desk from creating each and every single part from scratch and assemble them right inside the SolidWorks assembly feature. If you want to see lots and lots of videos like this, then please respond to this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon, share it with your friend, and write a comment below into the comment section so that you can tell me that what other things you want to see. As I already told you that I have something in my mind um, to share with you, which is going to be very important because lots of industrials are using it. If I'm telling you it is important, then it is important. Okay, so please support me as much as you can because it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. So thank you guys, keep watching, sharing, and stay tuned for more videos like this. Till then, bye bye.